Hey guys, and welcome to the newest episode of Bluray Tuesday with Terrell. All right, guys, we're back for another episode. I'm excited. We have a lot of movies to get into this week, and I had a lot of fun with these movies. They aren't good movies if we don't get into it. And we got some Blu-rays that I picked up this week that were pretty solid compared to last week. Let's get into it. But first, I want to say what has been happening. The day after Easter, it's been so crazy. I hope y'all had a great Easter weekend. First of all, first Resurrection Day, whatever y'all want to call it, however y'all celebrate, whatever. But the day after, I remember I went to work, I feel like I was dying. I don't know, I feel like a zombie. So I was like kind of in the mood. I was in a food coma. I had a lot to drink, so maybe that was the reason too. And I haven't been drinking as much, so it was like a whole thing. And then I get to work, everyone just seems like they in a mood. Like, why y'all got attitudes? Y'all just had a good feast. I know, I was just tired. But there's this one customer that came in. I guess the bitch was trying to return something, or I don't know. She came up and then looked like a butterball with a big bush on her head. And then she went up there, I guess she tried to return, and something was fishy about it. So they had to call a manager. The manager goes up there and goes to help her. And I guess she didn't like the way the manager was talking or something, or I guess her tone. So the bitch went off. The bitch went off talking about, oh, you bitch, I'll whoop your ass and all this. I was like, oh my God, and I heard this. I had to go listen. Because, you know, it was like Bad Girls Club or Baddies on Zeus. Like the Zeus network was at work. I couldn't believe it. She was just cursing out, talking about how she wanted to whoop this bitch ass and the manager's ass and walking in circles, huffing and puffing up in her chest, talking about, I got 4 boys. I could fight. I could fight. Like, bitch, are you beating on your boys? Like, the fuck? And then I asked her, I said, hey, is there anything I can help you with? Because I was like, I'm good at calming people down. I try to be patient. And plus, I was trying to get the tea. And then when I was talking to her, she just gave me all this big spiel about how she didn't like the way this bitch was talking to her and all this stuff. How she called her all kinds of bitches. But I don't know. So I was just like, okay, girl, was there anything you want me to help you with? She's like, I'm going to go somewhere else. And I was like, okay, well, bye. And the bitch started making her way around circles and talking shit again. Just screaming. Like, mind you, she was just screaming. The whole fucking story echoed throughout the whole store. And these white people were getting uncomfortable, and the Asians, because that's what's around me. But this butterball woman, she was just loud and talking about her 4 sons that she'd be beating on. So anyway, she finally left. But that was just so crazy. Like, bitch, you were so mad that you're going to walk around the store screaming. Bitch, you could have screamed in your car. Bitch, there's Burger King down the street. Get you some food. You must be hungry. Looking like a butterball, bitch. Anyways, that was crazy. So that was that. So I don't understand why people have fucking attitudes, but that was that. So I don't know. People crazy. Y'all should work customer service to see these crazy ass people because it's not cute. All right, moving on. All right, so a movie that I watched last week, right after I finished filming on last Tuesday, I went to a midnight show. I ain't went to a midnight show since 2011, Scream 4. I remember it like it was yesterday, and it was everything. I ain't went to it because they ain't had midnight shows. They always do the 7 o'clock shows on Thursday. I go to those. But Super Mario Brothers, the movie dropped, and I was super excited from Illumination. You know, the Minions. So they put out this Super Mario movie, and they put the little Minions shit, you know, and there was a lot of people. Everybody was there. Like a lot, like the Asians, they all came out from Nintendo. I was like, bitch, they all short, they all look like Mario. But it was funny. So when I got there, there was a lot of people. I was shocked because I was like, it's midnight, ain't gonna be nobody up in this bitch. And it was a packed theater. I had my popcorn, got my little tin, I got my little Super Mario tin. I was living my life. I was like, ooh, I'm on to hit boxes like Mario. But the movie was great. Let me tell you, I had a blast. If you're into like the games, the older games, if you're into Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, it has so many Easter eggs. It's amazing. I love Toad. Shout out to Key from Key and Peele. He's talked Toad. Jack Black was Bowser. I love his little Peachy Peachy Peach song. It was great. And y'all shady ass bitches that were on the internet talking about my boy Chris Pratt and what's that other guy who talked Luigi? Charlie Day from my Sunny in Philadelphia. My favorite character on that fucking show. The only one I like. He played Luigi. All right, so y'all talk shit because these white people are gonna be Italian. But they reference it, and it's funny. So I'm not going to spoil it. Y'all need to go watch it. But that was for y'all that want to talk shit. Y'all always want to talk shit on the internet. Just watch it first. But we're going to get into some shit I'm about to talk soon. But so we in the same boat. But I had a lot of fun with this. I love Peach. I like her backstory. Bowser had a huge crush on her, and he wanted to marry her. So he wanted to take over all these kingdoms to prove to her that he could be a king to her princess to queen. I don't know. And then Mario, he's down and out with his brother. They have this plumbing thing, and their family doesn't think that he's going to go anywhere. He needs a better job or whatever. So he's like, I'm going to save the world, you know, his little Mario voice. And then, like, Luigi is the damsel in this film. He gets kidnapped because they go into these different worlds and shit. So Mario has to team up with Toad and learn how to be acrobatical and shit like Mario Brothers, and go save his brother and save the world. It was great. The water thing, the water that was in the thing that was like, we're doomed and I'm happy. He was my favorite. He knew he was going to die. He loved it. He was crazy. If you'll know, you know. You watch the movie, you'll see. But check that out. Super Mario Brothers. I loved it. It was great. Moving on. So, the next thing I want to talk about is, y'all talked a lot of shit, but I'm going to talk shit too. Why is Kim Kardashian in the next season of American Horror Story? They just announced this and it made headlines. Like, bitch, who are you? You were in a fucked up sex tape that wasn't good, and she's famous for nothing. And they announced, oh, Emma Roberts, love Emma Roberts, Scream 4 reference again. One of my favorite killers from Scream 4. And then you have Kim Kardashian. It's an American Horror Story season 12. I didn't realize they had that many seasons because I stopped watching after Cult. That shit was so boring. I watched the first episode of every season and fall off because the shit's so fucking boring. So Kim Kardashian's in this new season. I think it's tentatively titled American Horror Story Delicate. I don't get it. I hope that's fake. I don't know. I saw it on the internet. And I'm like, girl, why are you in this? But maybe she's going to be like an opening kill. Maybe they're going to kill the bitch off. But bitch, you scary. Your life is scary as it is. You ruin black people's lives. You and your family crazy. Your show got canceled on Disney Plus or Hulu, and now you're trying to take over American Horror Story. So I don't care too much. I'm not going to talk too much shit because I probably won't watch it. But I just want to say what y'all thought about that. What do y'all think in the comments about Kim Kardashian being an American Horror Story? Maybe it's very reminiscent of like when Paris Hilton was announced for House of Wax, and people went crazy for that. But that ended up being, she was my favorite in that movie. Her favorite kill. She was funny. She was giving Robert Richard a blowjob. She was funny with her little Barbie outfits and shit. She was just missing the dog. But yeah, very that. Moving on. I wanted to shout something else out, you guys. Freddy Krueger's my favorite slasher, and there's a fan film coming out. Really excited about it. Womp Stop Films, I think, might be partnered with them, but it is called Dylan's New Nightmare. It's a direct sequel to Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which is the 7th entry in the Nightmare on Elm Street series. And you can check YouTube. Indiegogo is still going on. I did support them last year. I want that Blu-ray. So y'all check that out, because they just released a full trailer, and I'm really excited about it. It looks, I mean, they don't show too much in the trailer, but the guy who plays Freddy Krueger is spot on. I mean, it's great. You know, we had that remake, and people were complaining about the CGI face. It didn't look CGI, and they did a really good job with that makeup. So I'm really excited for this. I did post about it, and you get some little fucking fucked up people, again, like the Luigi and the Mario shit. They're going to DM me, talk about how this shit looks stupid. Bitch, could you make a movie? I don't think so. But it's indies. I support indie horror, and I'm super excited to watch this. I love slashers. They did a great job with the Friday the 13th little fan films, Never Hike Alone. And then the Scream Legacy was great. They're doing a Scream Legacy 2, I guess. Scream Legacy, check that out too if y'all haven't. A lot of people watch that. But that is a direct sequel to Scream 3. It has Sydney's daughter. That was fun. But yeah, so this new movie has Dylan. It brought back Miko Hughes, the guy who plays Dylan Porter in the original, who plays Heather Langenkamp's son. You know, with this little dinosaur he had at the end of the bed to stop Freddy from getting him, and Freddy came into the real world. Now, based on this trailer, he's all grown up. He's in therapy. I guess he's still scared of Freddy, and he's still having these nightmares. And these nightmares are different. It's like it's this weird, this clownish dude shoot himself in the head or something, and then this other girl going wacky and tacky and crazy, and there's like all this blood. I don't know what's happening, but he's talking to this fucking therapist, and I was just waiting for her to turn to Freddy. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but in that trailer, I just get the vibes. This bitch gonna be Freddy Krueger. But yeah, so Miko Hughes is back, and I'm excited for this. Jokes aside, people in the DMs talking about how stupid it looked. Bitch, fuck you. And yeah, moving on. That was great. So check that out, Indiegogo. Follow their Instagram at Dylan's New Nightmare. And yeah, check that out. All the details will be there. All right, so you guys, I watched a bunch of movies this week, so we'll just roll on through them because some of them aren't that good. We're going to start off with 65, sorry. Adrian Brody, 65, the dinosaur movie. This dropped in theaters the same day as Scream 6, so I gave 0 fucks for this movie. But I like Jurassic Park. I like dinosaurs and shit. This movie was just not it. Let me tell you, you have Big Nose, Adrian Brody in it. From the Star Wars series, and he is trying to find a cure or something for his little daughter, and so he goes on this mission and he crashes. What is he doing? What? Oh, Adam Driver, who cares? They all look the same to me. Anyway, so Adam Driver is just, he has to go get a cure for his daughter. So he crashes, right? And then he's in this weird place, And then there's dinosaurs and little raptors and shit. And he runs into a mute little girl where she don't know English or some shit. And this movie's so fucking boring. It's a lot of walking, a lot of talking, a lot of climbing, a lot of falling, a lot of walking, a lot of talking. Waka not a talker, but he a talker and he walking and he falling. This movie's crazy. I was so shocked. I couldn't believe he rolling down hills. He get up, he walks and talks and falls. He climbs and walks. That's all this movie is. It's walking, talking, and falling. And then dinosaurs pop up. That's the movie, y'all. And then you get, I mean, it's a cool moment. I will say, I gave it a higher rating than I should have, I think. But I like the dinosaur aspect. Those dinosaurs were, I was on the edge of my seat like, bitch, I don't want the dinosaurs coming for me. I'll be running too, climbing and falling. But my fat ass will fall and won't be able to get up. But he's skinny. So he was able to do that. And then I liked the little girl. She had her little moment where she stabbed the T-Rex in the eye. And she had her moment. But yeah, it was great in that sense. But the movie was just not it. It's very forgettable. Like, I forgot the name. It's 65, y'all. 6 and 5. So check that out. I think it's streaming now, so check that out. Hopefully y'all like it more so than I do. All right, guys. So the movie of the hour, we got our goats ready. So if you're like me and you've been on Instagram, Facebook, and all of social media, you've probably seen this movie pop up, Kill Her Goats. They promoted the shit out of this movie. I don't know. And they dropped the steelbook. You know, people like steelbooks. This is the 4K edition. And then here's this. And it's marketed as these girls. Okay, so Kane Hodder's in it. That's the selling point. Everyone loves Kane Hodder. He's great. He's played Freddy in a couple of, I'm sorry, Jason. I'm fucking up, y'all. He played Jason Voorhees since part 7 to part 9, and then they replaced him with Freddy vs. Jason. He was so mad. I don't blame him either. They replaced him with a taller guy, Ken Kersinger, I think his name was. I don't know. But anyway, so Kane Hodder plays the goat face. I love that his name is Goat Face. You know, goat. And he's a slasher, right? So this movie's stupid as fuck. I'm going to just tell you that right now. So it sold me, though, because they kept promoting it. And it was a steel book. It came with art. Oh, I can open it. Mine ain't open it. His is open. All right, so it came with stickers and art cards and shit. Look at this beautiful sticker. You know, they got to doll this movie up. But I will say, oh, there's a girl with her titties. Let me tell you, we don't get into this movie. It came with cards. Look at this. This movie was made for teenage boys, all right? So teenage straight men who just want to see boobs. That's what this movie's about. This should have been called Kill Her Boobs. All this movie is about boobs. So it opens up with this girl with her titties out, and she in a tent with this old-ass man. He looked old to me. I don't know if he was old, but he looked older than she did. He looked like he was fully clothed, and she had her top off talking about, is it big? I don't want to see it unless it's big. And I'm thinking she's talking about his dick, but she's talking about a ring. Bitch. And then Goatface come out, and he tried to, like, cut through her tent, and it wasn't really going through. I don't know what kind of fucking chainsaw he had. I feel like my chainsaw when I was Leatherface back in Spooky Bluray Tuesday was stronger than that. But anyway, so, you know, he killed Ribbit. But anyway, she couldn't even get to the tent. But once he did, he fucked these people up. This was marketed as having no CGI. So it's all practical effects, lots of blood, lots of gore. All right, but that was it. And then the next 45, this movie seemed long too. It was like an hour and like 20 minutes of fucking the same looking girl running around topless. And then it goes to this boy filming this girl in this weird-ass lighting with her top off, twirling around, looking like she's 60 pounds. She ain't got no fat on her. It was a mess. I could not relate. And then these girls talking about, oh, you broke up with Trevor. I don't know if that was his name, but it's just someone it sounded like. And then the other girl with the darker hair, she's like, we should get wasted. And they start running on, taking off their tops. Like, okay, this is not for me. And if we get to the house, this is a different girl. This is like the Tubman family. I don't know. There's a family that died in this house, or they were a cult. I don't know. They didn't even acknowledge it too much throughout the movie. But this girl moves into this house, and she goes, it's this bigger boob girl, blonde girl. You know, her tops was coming off. And it did. Throughout this whole movie, the girls would take their tops off, put on a new shirt, take them off again, put it on. And her boobs just out. This movie's just boobs, which is fine. If you into it, you into it. I was looking for more slicing and dicing myself. But it goes on. She goes into the house. She pours her a glass of wine. These girls always have glasses of wine throughout this whole movie. She pours herself a glass of wine, and then she just twirls in a circle. I was so confused. She just twirls. And then the glass of wine is filled to the top. This wine just spills everywhere. It just twirls with her. And it goes all on the floor. She says, oh, I dirtied up my carpet or her floor or whatever. So she starts to clean it up. She puts her glass on the ground, right? And then the bitch cleans up, she stands up, leaves the glass on the floor. I was so confused that she goes into one of the bedrooms, right? And she just goes, ooh! She twirls again. Her big boobs, her boobs going up and down. And then she lays in the bed, she rolls in the bed, and the bitch rolls off. And she bumps her head on a cabinet like this. bitch bumps her head. Her hair going up. She's like, ooh, I thought I was watching a scary movie. I thought I was being spoofed. Like, what is this? And what makes matters worse is she just gets up. She didn't even acknowledge that she bumped her head. I don't know if this is a blooper that they kept in, but she got up and she's like, oh, okay. And she runs to the next room. And what does she proceed to do? She jumps from bed to bed, like, bitch, like you 12. This bitch looks like she's 35 plus with big tits, and she's jumping from bed to bed. That's like, ooh, all happy, right? She's like, I love my new house. And then her friends come, and she's going outside to get her groceries. I guess she had her eggs outside in the cold getting warm. It looked like it was hot, so bitch, why is that shit in the fridge? You too busy twirling and dotting your titties. Anyway, so she get her groceries, and her friends come and scare her. But this is when I realized this bitch is crazy. Because when this bitch scared her with this goat face, she proceeded to pick up a rock about to bash their head in without even knowing who this fucking bitch was. But it ended up being her friend. They go in, and they all have wine. And mind you, the wine is still sitting on the motherfucking floor. She bumps into it and breaks the glass. Like, bitch, you didn't see that on the floor? It's weird. And then the two girls say, I'm taking a shower. She goes upstairs. She sings for at least 20 minutes. She in the shower. We see her singing and her touching her tits. And then she gets out the shower. They hear noises. This movie's stupid. And then more tits, more girls. She goes to bed. She has a weird dream sequence where apparently that's where she dies. Spoiler alert. But it's weird. Where did Freddy Krueger come into this movie? I don't know. But she gets sliced up in her dream and she dies in real life. But that has nothing to do with the rest of the movie. You have the other girl with the curly hair. She looks just like the other girl, but her hair is different. I don't know. This movie's... watch it. So if y'all bought it, I think it's actually finally streaming. I think the last 30 minutes were my favorite because that's where the killings start happening. There's a slight twist. Her sister comes and they have there's a girl fight with axes. That was pretty crazy. The main girl, she is a trooper. That bitch was stabbing very like nonchalantly. Like, bitch, you don't have no effort. It's not no Sam Carpenter from Scream 6. But this movie was crazy. So if you're into blood, practical effects, big boobs, small boobs with no asses, you'll be into this movie. It is kind of longer than what it needs to be. It's very awkward, but I had fun with it because it was funny. I was like, I didn't know what was going to happen next. The bitch is twirling and shit. And they claim they don't like horror movies. They're watching Night of the Living Dead, and she got fully clothed for this movie just to be chased by the killer. And every killer chase scene, he would grab their boobs or their shirts to take off their shirts. I was like, this is one horny ass goat. He wants to fuck. And the whole movie's like that. He pulls off this one girl's sweatpants, and she's like, ooh, and running. I can't. So if y'all are interested in this, check this out. It's called Kill Her Goats. Full of boobs. So if y'all into that, check that out. All right, guys, swing into more boobs and more sexual shit with Terrell's Tubi time, y'all. We back. I finally watched a Tubi movie, and I will say this movie is called, I don't know, I was super like, okay, what is this? It's called Marry F Kill. You know, you did the game, Marry Fuck Kill, but this movie is it's a supernatural horror film. It starts off, I was shocked. You know, we're known for Tubi threesomes. This movie opens up with a Tubi foursome, not 3, but 4 people. They're all kissing and moaning. It was girl on girl, guy on guy, guy on 2 girls. It was a mess. And this one girl, she's doing a seance at the beginning. She's talking about, oh, ade, do, don't bala. I don't know. And then she slits her throat. And then it has a flashback that I guess she walks in on this foursome, and I guess one of the guys that's in the foursome was like her boyfriend, so he's cheating on her with her gay best friend and the 2 other heifers. So they all just fucking. And then it all goes to this 5 friends. There's one girl that's random that wasn't a part of the sex cult because I guess she's like, I'm too prim and proper. And then you got the gay guy and the 2 girls and then the jockey guy that just want to fuck everybody. And they all are going to her house because she killed herself, but they're all in the will. Like, bitch, why are you going to put these cheating ass heifers in your will? And that boyfriend is low down. Like, he be wanting to sleep with everybody. We're going to get into it. All right, so they all go to the house and they meet Stephanie. Stephanie is her auntie. Stephanie is suspect as fuck, but she's like, y'all shouldn't be here. Before they get to the house, there's a guy that says, don't go to that house because weird shit happened there. So they go to the house where the bitch lives, and Stephanie gives them some weed. So Stephanie's like, oh, y'all should smoke this shit, da-da-da-da. And they do, and they hallucinate. I'm jumping around here, but Grant is the main character who used to date the girl, and he was just in the room with one of the heifers, and they're all making out, and she rides his dick, right? After she rides her dick and she comes in his ex-girlfriend's room after she was mad and they broke up because he cheated on her, he fucked her again, she rides his dick, and then afterwards, she had the nerve to say, "You're a loser," and she runs out the room and slams the door. Bitch, the dick must stop been that good. But she called him a loser after she came. I was like, oh my God. And then they go downstairs to play Marry, Fuck, Kill, and they smoke their weed. And they're like, oh, Marry, Fuck, Kill. And Grant, who's the straight main guy, everyone in the group says to kill him. But the gay guy was like, oh, I'd fuck him again. And because he's like, he's the only one here with a dick. So that was that. So everyone wanted to kill him. So that played a part into the film. And then after the weed went in, he started hallucinating. And Grant started seeing the ghost of the girl who slit her throat. So he goes and follows that bitch, and they fuck outside, and she transforms and is like, give me the dick. She did that. Her eyes turned black, and I was cracking up because that shit was so funny to me. So basically the movie's about this house, and I guess there's some ancient thing where their fucking ancestors are supposed to be together and have a baby and bring apart Satan. Ain't this crazy for a fucking sex movie? But I liked it for what it was, but it's not nothing I would say y'all should watch. But I mean, Marry, Fuck, Kill, it's on Tubi. I like Tubi movies. They're really fun. Tiffany the Doll is still my favorite. But yeah, so check this out. It's called Marry, Fuck, Kill. And it's a cool little slasher. When they start dying, though, it's all off screen. One bitch dies because she looks up under her bed and she gets yanked under the bed. Very scary movie 2-ish when the clown brought her in there and wanted to fuck. Yeah, you just see blood splatter. And then one other guy gets like pulled us out of camera and then blood splatters on the fucking tree. So all the kills are off. That really turned me off. But besides that, I was laughing. I mean, it's very kill her goats. I had fun with these movies. They aren't good movies, but I mean, check them out. Maybe you like them better than me. Also, I want to talk about physical media. We're about to get into our Blu-rays. Check out Films at Home, Jeff. He's cool. I was on his podcast this week that's going to drop this Friday, so this will probably drop Thursday. So y'all stay tuned for that. Films at Home. He has a podcast, a great Instagram, a YouTube. Follow him. He posts all kinds of cool stuff. We had a great conversation about film, movies, and found footage. And it was great. So check that out. I'm on his podcast that drops on Friday. So that was really fun. All right, guys. So we're going to do some Blu-rays this week. It was a pretty solid week for movies. Flashdance is one I'm missing. I'm really excited to get that. I love Jennifer Beals. That's in that. I love her in The L Word. And this is where she started. Flashdance. Great movie. So I'm looking forward to that. This 4K restoration as well as Best Buy has a steelbook. But I like the slipcover one, the gold and black. I like it. The iconic scene with her when she pulls the thing down. I don't know, with the water. But yeah, so that did drop this week. But I'm going to get to some movies that I did pick up. So this first movie, it was on sale on Amazon for $6, and it's called In Dreams. So I remember watching this when I was a kid, and I don't remember it too much, but it used to scare me. I don't know why. But it has Annette Bening. It's about her moving to this, I guess she lives in like this New England town, and there's this serial killer who's Robert Downey Jr., who's like, you know him as Iron Man and shit. He's a serial killer, and she starts in her dreams seeing the things that he's about to do. And people don't believe her ass. And I remember this being creepy as fuck. And it came out like in the 90s. You know, I love my 90s horror. And I hella really wanted to like revisit this. And I saw it on Amazon for just $6. I was like, bitch, I'm about to buy this. So, Robert Downey Jr., Annette Bening, and Adrienne Quinn are in this. There's no bonus features on this, but bare bones. And, you know, I'm really wanting to like check this out. It's a Paramount release. I don't know if Paramount Plus might have this. But I don't know. It's like a dream film, and I remember liking this as a kid or being creeped out. So if y'all seen this, let me know if y'all remember this. But I'm looking forward to rewatching it. And Robert Downey Jr. looks creepy as fuck with that long hair, looks like Mason, Marilyn Mason, whatever the fuck his name is, the Mason. Who's the cult guy? I don't even know what I'm saying. All right, so moving on. The next one up is Scare Package 2. It's Rad Chad's Revenge. So you can watch this on Shudder if y'all want to save some coins or want to like watch it before you buy it. And I was bummed that this didn't have a slipcover. The first one, which is a better movie, by the way, this ain't that good. But the first one that came out had a really cool slipcover, was embossed and everything. And Horror Pack, shout out to Horror Pack. Make sure you watch those unboxings I do every month. But Horror Pack put that in one of their Horror Pack subscription boxes, the first one. So I did have 2 of those at one point. But yeah, so Scare Package 2 dropped. RLJE put this out. And there's no slipcover. I was bummed. But they have loads of bonus features, you guys, like a lot. So this is why I love physical media, and I do get into this on New Films Homes podcast. And I love physical media because on streaming you can't get all these cool bonus features, or sometimes when you get like older films, like maybe like this movie where it has like original music and stuff, and you put it on streaming, and sometimes people or like even scenes people get sensitive about, they take them out, they take out music, replace their shit. But if you have the Blu-ray, it's all there. So y'all, if you're sensitive about it, just break the disc and throw it in the garbage. Like, you crazy. But Scare Package 2. So this did drop. I'm a completist. I didn't like this anthology as much. This is a horror anthology, much like, the VHS films, or, if you're into, anthology horror, which I am. I was really excited for Scare Package 2. I think I might have liked one of the horror shorts in this, but I don't know. I didn't connect with this as much as the first one, and that one was just okay too. But yeah, if you guys are into it and you're completists like me, I had to pick up the sequel. It was $14.99 on Amazon Best Buy, and yeah, check it out. All right, next up is one that I liked and didn't like and had to think about a little bit too much, and it is Infinity Pool. So I will say I liked this movie, but I was so confused by it too. But Mia Goth, bitches, you come in like a big screen scream queen nowadays. And today, actually, Tuesday, April 11th, they are first day of filming Maxine, the part of the trilogy with X and Pearl. So stay tuned for that. I can't wait to see how that plays out later this year. But Infinity Pool, this movie is solid. It has the dude from True Blood, Alexander Skarsgård, and they're on this little trip with his beautiful wife. She's right here with those beautiful lips. She's gorgeous. And he wanted to, like, he put out a book that nobody gives a fuck about. And he meets Mia Goth, who acts timid and acts like she don't know nothing, but she do. The bitch is smart. And he takes a liking to her because she shows interest in his book or whatever, like she lying. And yeah, it's a weird ass movie. He goes to go take a pee in the bushes, and she shows up behind him and jerks him off. You see the cum going on the leaves and shit. It's a very weird movie. And then like they get in trouble. I guess they hit a guy in a car, and wherever they are, they take shit seriously. So they're gonna go to jail or some shit. And I guess I don't know if they killed him. I don't know if I'm saying this right. I forgot. This movie's stupid as fuck. But anyway, so there's like clones. So I don't know if they're clones or not. It is a mind-bending nightmare, like it says here. But I did like this better than Crimes of the Future, because that shit was stupid as fuck, in my opinion. I'm sorry, and I bought it twice, so I might be the stupid one. But I think Infinity Pool was a better movie. I think his son did this movie. What's his name? I don't even know his fucking name. Brandon Cronenberg. Yes, I think I liked his other movie better. The one with the yellow guy, the yellow cover. Why are you laughing? Brandon Cronenberg, that's his name. Okay, cut. What is this? Why are you laughing?
It's the name. It's the yellow.
The yellow cover. What was that movie called? There you go. Let me finish. All right, yeah, the yellow cover Blu-ray called Possessor. I think I like that a little bit better, but that's weird too. But Infinity Pool, y'all. Did y'all like this movie? Did y'all check this out? My favorite part was when Mia Goth was in that car screaming, whatever the guy's name is. What is his name? James! Screaming James with her gun, flinging it around with her bottle of wine, very kill her goats, with a bucket of chicken or something. That bitch was down. Talk with that gun. I liked that part. That was crazy. Mia Goth is a great actress. Check that bitch out in Infinity Pool. I don't know. This movie's crazy. And when you think about it, like that ending, it sits with you. Well, it sat with me for a little bit, then I forgot. And, but yeah, what do y'all think? So this is a very bare bones edition. And it came with a slipcover, which I was excited about, but there's no bonus features, you guys. There's literally nothing. But this is $17.99 on Amazon. But if you want to go to Walmart, it is only $14.99. Save you some coin. I ain't going to Walmart here that's close to get it, but I did order this on Amazon, and it came with the slip, so I was super excited about that. Because, bitch, I'll be mad if it was just this and no fucking nothing. No fucking bonus features. And, bitch, it ain't in 4K. But if it does like Crimes of the Future, this is probably going to be out in 4K in a couple months. So if y'all want to wait, catch us out on streaming. All right, Infinity Pool. All right, guys, last but not least is a very amazing box set of House of a Thousand Corpses. This is the 20th anniversary of Rob Zombie's classic film. And out of the trilogy, my favorite, I think, was Devil's Rejects, but this movie was scary as fuck. Rest in peace to Captain Spaulding. You got, of course, Sherry Moon Zombie, because Rob Zombie got to put that bitch front and center on all his fucking features. She must suck the dick right, because she's always front and center. And then you have this man. He's scary. But anyway, so this box set has new bonus features on disc 2. It has a cool box. I think it has poster, art cards. It feels heavy. You got all kinds of shit up in here. I didn't open it yet, but there's a lot of stuff in here. It's a cool box set. Best Buy also put out a exclusive steelbook. I don't think this is 4K. This is regular Blu-ray. It's a 2-disc set with like this cool flip-out box. And I'm excited to own this. I like this movie. I remember watching it back then, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Very Textile Massacre-ish. Group of friends go. It's kind of mean because, you know, the people you think will live don't. And I'm not spoiling it too much, I hope. But this movie came out like in 2005. Or 20 years ago. 20 years ago this shit came out. I was like in middle school, high school, I don't remember. But 20 years ago. That's a long time. I was probably in middle school. How old am I? Middle school. Anyway, so House of a Thousand Corpses. This is a cool release. This is about $30 on Amazon. This is actually in store if your Best Buy carries Blu-rays. Check it out because I've seen a lot of y'all Blue Tubers posting that y'all found it in Stowe. Y'all double dip with that steelbook. So y'all love you some Rob Zombie. He did also announce today that he's not doing any more Munsters movies, or some of y'all might be happy, and no more movies with the Firefly people, like the 3 trilogy people. No more, because I guess he did pass away. They did replace him kind of in the 3rd movie, 3 from Hell. Some people just love that movie. That movie was a snooze fest. But people wanted more, and he said he's not going to do any more of those movies, which is a blessing. Go do something else. But yeah, so House of a Thousand Corpses. That's it for this week's releases. I can't wait to see what comes out next week and see what we're going to talk about. Hopefully it's not as crazy as it was this past week. But yeah, so stay tuned and definitely listen to the Overlook Hour. If you didn't, the episode is up where they interview Anthony DeBasi, I think his name is, from who did Malum and Last Shift. Very interesting interview, so take a look at that. But yeah, you all see me also on Films at Home's podcast that drops Friday. And yeah, you'll see me next week. Bye.